What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Professor X. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. For all of you who subscribe and follow me regularly, I do want to say thank you. I never want to take that lightly. I know I don't say it every video, but I want you to know that I do appreciate the company and for the comments and everything that you say to engage the video and the conversation. It means a lot, and I do appreciate it. Thank you. I want to do an email topic today from a subscriber who preferred to remain anonymous. By the way, Professor X7942 at gmail.com. If you ever have a topic or something that you want to ask me or something that you want to cover, you want me to cover. Professor X7942 at gmail.com. The question was in reference to the natural look. I did a video a couple weeks ago, I believe my Jessie Wu rant, where she was talking about the reason why men don't want women to wear the lashes and this and that is because we can't afford it. And I did a kind of a rebuttal to that logic. But then the email question wanted to know if I would go into a little more detail concerning how men kind of like the barbershop talk, how men may view a woman with the natural look versus kind of done up a little bit. And a lot of times, I believe, especially when there might be a situation where a man steps out of the relationship, steps out of the marriage, maybe he finds somebody else a little more done up, a little more flamboyant. I know that human nature will wonder, what could I have done different? Could I have worn my hair this way? Could I have worn makeup this way? Could I have enhanced this? Was I too plain? Was I too simple? Was I too boring as far as my dress and my approach? Is there something I could have done? And if the question is asked to keep him from stepping out as the wife, could I have done my part better to keep my husband from stepping out? Let me talk a little bit about the natural look from at least my circle of friends who have girlfriends and wives that are both 100% natural or 90% natural to full lashes and whatnot. When men are talking, generally, if there's a choice given for a long-term relationship, when I hear men speak, and I know I'm gonna say some things that is going to, I was gonna say appear to be hypocritical. Maybe it's not the appearance. Maybe it really is, because it's gonna sound like I'm saying two different things. If there's a group of men in a barbershop and a woman walks by with a big BBL, that fatty sticking out, she barely got anything on the top. You can see the meat on the top sticking out the sides. The men are gonna run to the window and gawk and gaze, and somebody might open the door and say, "Let me holler at you for a minute," and cut up this, that, and the third. And that enthusiasm is simply coming from sight of the curves. That's all that is. Now, the reason why I'm saying it that way is because the type of woman that a man would want to settle down with long term, he don't want her to dress and look like that. Now, here's the part that I said could appear to be hypocrisy. If he marries a conservative natural woman, it don't mean he won't have an inclination to step out with the one that had her fatties all out in the streets. I know this is gonna seem to be a bit hypocritical. He can marry and wants to marry a woman that's 85, 90% natural. Everything that she wears blends in. So you don't see, the long hair all the way down to the butt in terms of just, trying to look like Beyonce or something like that. More just natural. Her lashes ain't out 10 inches. Natural. He may see it, marry the natural woman, see the enhanced woman, and go after that, even though his preference for marriage was simple and plain. And I know that's very confusing. And I know women has been saying all along, we say we want one thing, but we go after another thing. And that is true. We do that. We do that. I'm just telling you what the question was. What are the guys saying in the quote unquote barbershop talk? If we're going to settle down long term, we want something that is more natural, is more real. The core of most men, the nature of most men lean towards real and natural. At our core, we lean to that. We want what's real. We don't really want fake. Our core leans to that. Now, of course, we will make obviously exceptions because a woman is beautiful. She's beautiful. It don't matter. But we're gonna lean to that. It don't mean that in terms of fun and entertainment that we won't cross over to something that is completely fake in the name of entertainment. Hopefully that makes a little sense. In love and long-term endurance, we want what's real. We don't want your lips. I don't know what they injected with, so I'm just making stuff. I'm just talking like Professor X talk. We don't want baloney injected into your lips and puffing your lips up where you walk around every day looking like, your lips are swollen all the time, every day. Because that's what the adult entertainment woman looks like. We don't want that for our wife. I'm talking about barbershop talk. We don't want that like that. Unless it's real. Now, I got a little sweaty talking about that. Now, hold on, y'all. Give me a second now. Now, if you got a full set and they real, I ain't talking about you. If you got a full set on you and they real, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about, and again, I don't know the process of making them bigger, but I just say injection. If it's being injected, we don't want that. We don't really want to marry that. We don't really want to pursue that. Because the more fake that you have on, the more we're going to feel that you are insecure about something, whether it's true or not. I'm just telling you, the more fake that you have, if you got fake eyes, the contacts is in, you got purple eyes, you got 9-inch eyelashes, you got 10-inch fingernails, you added an extra 4 inches of toenails, you got the BBL, you got a chest, a breast, fat, whatever deal. You got the body shape of holding everything, all that in. You got, baloney juices injected into the lips. We're not gonna pursue that in terms of something real. That makes sense. Hopefully it answers the question. And again, I don't really say I apologize, just the way a man is made. You will hear us catcall at the fake. So again, if two women are walking in the mall and one is natural and the other is all jazzed up, behind sticking out, it's all fake. I'm not talking about natural, I'm talking about the fake stuff. She all jazzed out. Yes, the one jazzed out is gonna get more cat calls. Those cat calls are all for booty calls. Know that. Know that. Don't get caught up in the cat calls. The cat calls is for booty calls. We don't cat call women that we have real interest in long term. That's a woman, that's a lady. It's always going to be respect. We're going to come up, and I'm just making this example up. Every procedure will be different, but we're not hollering, hey, we ain't doing that for a woman that we see as a woman for real. We're not doing that. We're gonna come up like a gentleman and say what we got to say. We ain't doing all this screaming and yelling. But to the other one that's done up, yeah, we'll cat call all the way across the street for her. And let me holler at you. Damn, you thick, ain't you? That's not long term. I just got a little of my thighs out. Yeah, yeah, that's not long term. That's 2 days, 4 days max. We done did what we had to do to it. We back in the barbershop the next time we get an edge up. And we laughing and giggling, telling everybody how we took Keisha Bone down. That's all that is. But when a man is serious, he not going for fake. And let me add this in before I close this video. If you are married to a man and he married you the way that you look, and he steps out anyway, it ain't got nothing to do with the way you look. I'll say it again. Women, if you're listening, don't feel no particular type way if your husband steps out of the marriage and you see her and you think it's because she just looks so much better than you. If looks alone is able to pull your husband to break his covenant with you, he was an undisciplined man from the beginning. If looks alone, if because her hair was longer, shorter, more natural, not natural, her lips was thinner, fatter, her eyes was greener, slanted, her breath smelled better, worse, her toenail polish matched, unmatched. If any of those things can make your husband step across to the other side, he was undisciplined anyway. Every man is tempted when he is drawn, this Bible, every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. His lust pulls him away, and then something out there in the world entices him and he takes it. You have women whose husbands have cheated on them with women that look better than them. And you have just as many women whose husbands has cheated on them with women that look worse than them. Because they got nothing to do with how the wife looks. Every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. Anytime any of us have stepped outside of our marriage, and I'm not innocent of these things, anytime we have done this, it's because of what was in us. We were undisciplined in the system where we should have had way more discipline. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Now, let me say, that don't mean that every time he come home, you should be walking around with a bonnet on your head and your head nappy and you not looking like something. That don't mean that. But this is gonna go 1, 2, 3 step here. When he see you like that every day, he's probably telling you, sweetie, can you spruce up a little bit when I come home? Now it's up to you to take him serious. If you just want to pop back, I was like this when you met me, you ain't say nothing. Then see, now you got a whole nother, I ain't talking about that now. You might drive him to do something now. I ain't talking about that. When your man speak, you might want to start paying attention, especially when he said 2 times. It's just like taking a test in college. Professor said twice. You might want to write it down. It's on the test. He tell you twice. When I come home, sweetie, you been here all day. I kind of want to look at something now. And you play it off like you ain't got to. I ain't saying he got the right to. I ain't saying he will. I'm just saying this ain't the conversation. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the woman that was her own self. She was cute. She was beautiful. She was pretty to him. She didn't make no changes. She felt like she might have been too plain because he stepped out. This is what I'm talking about. She thought that maybe her plainness maybe drove him to look for something else. That's the woman I'm talking about. It ain't got nothing to do with you, honey. It's an undisciplined man that will step out under those type circumstances. That's all I got to say. Hopefully this helps somebody. Let's talk about it in the comments. Bye.